Hello, my loves. How are you? Welcome back to the Magnetic Mystic podcast. I am your host, Molly Ruby-Coco, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm just fired up right now, baby. So let's just dive right in. I really want to talk today about being in expansion energy and what that really feels like, and actually playing with the feeling of expansion as you're growing in your business or growing in your own personal development, whatever that feels like. But I really want to talk about flying through the flow state and also really feeling into that expansion and actually honoring what that feels like in your body. I can't remember if I've shared this already on the podcast, but this week has been absolutely phenomenal. I created my website in 3 days and I painted my office this week as well. Basically finished it. It's nearly there. We're nearly done, but there's a teeny tiny corner that needs doing, and I'm gonna paint the ceiling as well just to really add to the vibe. But when I really ran with that this week and I locked in and made this decision to get the website done and the office painted, I was just flying through this. And it was like I was growing at rapid speed and actually feeling into this expansion energy that I've been tapping into now for probably a week or so after my clarity around what it is that I really want to do with the skills I have and the gifts I have and the mission here that is so big on my heart has suddenly just propelled me at rapid speed. And I really want to speak into that and that experience so that you can kind of feel where I've been at and perhaps even tap in from your own perspective when you're really feeling into this movement and how delicious it feels when you're just flying. So anytime we have big missions, have big visions on our hearts, and we are knowing, we are destined to do something significant with what it is that we came here to do, I feel like when we're really, really stepping into that and we're like, okay, like we're not fucking around anymore, like we're locking in and we're doing the thing, there can be some real stickiness, because the bigness of what you're doing and actually claiming the bigness of who you really are as an infinite being and as an expression of the universe and as an unlimited, limitless soul, really stepping back into that frequency and being like, oh, hang on a minute. I'm boundless and limitless here. And the ego is like, wait a minute, like what? What is happening? And it literally can be such an initiation, because oh my gosh, does the ego put up a stinky little fight sometimes. The amount of resistance that I had just starting this podcast and the tantrum I threw right before I posted my first episode was laughable, but also honoring myself so much through that, because it was just this part of me that was feeling into a new level of visibility and expansion from wanting to share so much and wanting to share this publicly on a platform where, it's more visible than just voice notes with friends, and really stretching myself and expanding myself felt so sticky. But what I'm here to kind of speak to is the levels of compassion that you can give yourself in those moments when you're really stretching yourselves into that new level of what you're here for. And when it's so close to your heart, I've heard this so many times, that when you're really, really locking in on something that is really close to your heart, sometimes that resistance can be like so loud. It's like fire alarms going off, like, what the fuck are you doing? And the ego being so tricky as well in those moments where it's like, what do you do? You mean we're going to put a podcast episode out? Like, what? And just holding yourself in that moment and being like, yeah, come on, this is going to be so fun. Like, why don't we just record this? Why don't we just yap? Why don't we just see what happens and post it and then go and get cookies? I mean, that's my go-to with when my ego is being a little bit spicy with me. I'm like, okay, but if we do this, we could go and get cookies afterwards. And then she's like, okay, let's go get cookies then. Or sometimes it's like, no, baby girl, you are the universe expressing itself. Like, you literally are the universe expressing itself through this being that is Molly. Like, come on, honey, we can do this. Like, we can yap into the phone and post this on the internet. Why not? And I really want to send out this message and send out this frequency as words of encouragement, but also this vibration of encouragement. Like, I really, really want you to feel me when I say that you really can do this. Whatever it is, whatever resistance you're being met with, like, I hear you and I feel you. I really do. But I am here to tell you that once you move past that resistance, and I'm not saying we're forcing or pushing, because if there's forceful energy here and it's pushing, you know, that's coming from a place of like almost like scarcity and fear, like if I don't do this, then this means this, like, and we don't want to play in that realm. Obviously, if we are playing in that realm and that is coming up, then that's a beautiful opportunity to ask why and what you're making that mean. If you are pushing and forcing something, like, what are we making this mean about this? But if there's just, oh, you know, I'm feeling a little bit of resistance, but I know in my being and bones that I really want to go and do this, then there's a moment where we just get to sit with ourselves and hold ourselves so compassionately through this and say, okay, I know this feels a little bit sticky, but this is something that we really, really want to do. So let's just take this a baby step at a time. Let's just go really slowly here and let's go play. And once you really start to get good at practicing that, when you're met with that little bit of resistance and you hold yourself and you breathe that calm into your body and you take breaks. If you need a break, take a break. Go and sit in grass or boot up some video games for 20 minutes or sit in a meditation, make yourself a cup of tea or go and get a cookie. Like, just moving at that pace that is stretchy enough for you, that is not upsetting. You know, we're doing this from a place of like, oh, it feels a bit sticky, but I'm still going to go and do it anyway. And honestly, when you start practicing that, those moments of resistance, they start to whittle. And there may be moments where you're like really stretching yourself, but the aftermath of the stretch, it feels like it's less. Like, there might be something where you do a really big stretchy thing and then afterwards it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to take a minute to just come back down from this stretchiness. But the more you practice being with yourself when you're met resistance, and then you are still moving and still being so patient and compassionate with yourself through that resistance, that practice just becomes so beautiful, because you learn so much about yourself in those moments. And where there's moments where you might still need a little bit of support, because there might be a subconscious story playing out here that is still a bit sticky, and you're making this mean something about something else. And I really want to just convey this message to you that as you expand and as you really step into that leader, that visionary, being the business owner, the CEO, the entrepreneur, whatever it is that you're doing, the family unit that you're growing, the way you show up in the work that you do, or who you be in this world. And you really are coming back home to who you are, and you're navigating through any of the stories and identities that no longer serve you, that you always will come back to home, because you've always got yourself through these moments. And as you expand, more things come in and more beautiful opportunities come in, and you get to think, oh my gosh, like, this is happening now. And you see things that come up in circumstances, and they may have meant something else in the past, and you're able to look at them in a way of, okay, cool. How is this for me in this moment? What is it that I'm learning in this moment here? What is it that I get to explore in this moment, or decide how I'm going to respond in this moment? All of this has just been the most beautiful practice that I have had such an honor of embodying this past year, while I've been doing all of this training in the mastermind with my mentor, Sarah Zula, who absolutely has changed my life. And this work is such a gift, and it's so invaluable to be able to share this with you now in my own way. And I know that as I delve more and more into this work, and as I continue to study this work, I know my message will get more refined, and I'll get even better at sharing this with you. But I really just want to emit this energy to you of, you've got this. And I know that if you're expanding yourself, and I know so many of us have just had that call, and we felt the call for lifetimes. We've felt it for years, decades, lifetimes. We know that we've had this inner knowing for such a long time, that there's something so much bigger here than what we could even comprehend, that we're here to do something so massive and so beautiful, that it's not always been in comprehension just exactly what it looks like, but you felt it. And now things are starting to drop in. Things are clicking. Opportunities are presenting themselves. You're looking at things with a different level of consciousness. You're thinking about things in a different way. You're asking questions. You're realizing that you are creating your reality field. You are the creator of your reality. You are creating your universe by how you think and feel about things, and the energy that you emit and the frequency that you are in. And you know all of this. And you know, as you play into this, that the vision and the mission that you are here for just is dropping in and becoming even more formed for you. And it's asking you to step into expansion. And it's asking you to step up, and it's saying, do you really want to do this? Because I know that you can do this, but do you know? Do you really, really feel it? And it's that trust and going, yes. Yes, I know that this is for me. Yes, I know I want to expand into this, and really holding the line when you start expanding yourself and seeing the situations in different lights, where the old version of you may have seen something as a limitation, and now it's seeing it from a whole other perspective. Always a perspective of expansion, of how is this expanding me even more? How is it that I get to do even more of what it is that I love to do? How do I get to play even more in this reality? How do I get to tune into this? How do I get to see people who are already in this frequency, and how do I play with that energy that they're emitting and absorb it into my energy field and share in that frequency? Because that is what we're doing, baby. We are playing in energy. Everything is energy, and we get to fucking play in this energy. Oh my gosh, it is the most fun when you are playing in this frequency of just Like, oh my gosh, I get to play and I get to see how good things get to be. Like, are you kidding me? That is the most fun. Come on, let's go fucking play. Like, as I think about this, and I'm like, come on, let's go play. Like, let's put on our roller skates and go around the block. Let's put on some high vibe tunes and let's dance. Let's go and buy 5 cookies and eat them. Although just, yeah, maybe don't eat 5 cookies, or do, like, you do you, babes. But what is it that brings you so much joy that your whole body gets covered in goosebumps and you're so fizzy with excitement and you're full of energy that you could just keep going and playing? And that expansion, like, the more you play into that, the more you expand, and the more you get this opportunity to meet resistance with compassion and play. It's just something that I feel so passionately about sharing with you, and I really hope that this frequency is landing for you, and I really hope that you're feeling me here when I say that this gets to be fun. This gets to be so fun. This gets to be playtime. We get to have a laugh, and we get to meet people along the way who expand us in our energy too, who see us in that energy and hold the line with you. And that is such a gift. Whether it's a mentor who does that, or a friend that you meet on the internet, or someone who's already in your life who literally has always held you in that highest frequency, whatever it is, that is such a gift. And it is just literally the most fun. And that is all I'm here to remind you of doing, is to have fun, baby. Have fun, play with your vision. Make a mood board, make a vision board. Hire a coach, hire a mentor. Connect with people in your community who are also visionaries. Get into that frequency of people who are in that energy with you. And go play, babes. I love you so much. I am literally so proud of you. And I know that you can do this. I literally know you can do this. And I'm sending you so much love. And I'll catch you on the next one, my darling. I love you. Bye.